Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn again today in our Four Corners Challenge, and we've got a couple of things to work out today. Firstly, we're going to start figuring out what we want to do with the industrial area, maybe just a little bit more. In fact, I started with putting four of these things here, but I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop down a dynamite here so that we can take the power out and around uh, to the level below. And we're going to drop in a lot of lumber mills here. 3, 4, 5. I'd like to get 8. It looks like number 6 and number 7 aren't going to go until that stuff is out of there, but that's okay. And then here, yep, they've got that. Get rid of you here. We're going to have to do a couple more down. There we go. Here, I think this should all be connected up in other paths. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this. There we go. Ta-da! That's all connected in. Here, I would also, let's pause those, like some extra science coming in. So we're going to leave 1, 2, and then take out these. We're going to grab, there we go. That should do, and I'm going to mark this as the highest priority so that we have golems again. Otherwise, it's going to be a little rough to keep our golems in shape, but it shouldn't take too terribly long, at least I hope not. I think we're going to move around this road just a little bit here too, just to connect that in. Then here, we're actually going to take this out while we don't have any power. And we will put in a ladder, but we're not going to put an assembler on top. In fact, we don't need that. We won't need that. That can stay. We're going to put in charging stations, because I know as soon as these get back up, we're going to need a lot of charging stations. Let's go ahead and we'll put you in here. We'll put you in here. This one isn't really needed, so let's go ahead and drop one right there. Drop that out, and 2 more here. There we go. Now we've got that all together. Let's see, we've got this. Let's detonate you out of there. And is that low enough? That was just 2 bricks, so that should be fine. If I take this out of there, do they lose access to all that? No, not really. Let's pause you, and we will get more dynamite in right here. Set that up as the highest. There we go. Now here, I believe we're going to need a dynamite here too, so let's get rid of that. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just put down something that's 4 long. So I need... Oops, let's see. I need something that comes out to at least there. We're going to set this down and use it as a reference. We're not actually going to put that there. I just need something to have a reference of. I'm going to take all of that off. Those are all going to go through. Let's get some dirt here to fill up these evenly. There we go. That'll take just a second to get in there. In fact, here we could probably go ahead and start working on this edge of the reservoir. I'm honestly not sure why that is still there, so let's just get rid of it while we're here. There we go. We'll let that fill in. This I'm going to get rid of because we're not going to need it, and we'll come take a look at that in just a minute. Well, I might have noticed a slight oversight here, and we're going to have to move these. In fact, we might just wait to put those in until that is cleared out, but we're probably not going to need this row right here, so we'll end up getting rid of that anyway. So let's actually get rid of this road. There's that. There we go. We'll get rid of those. And then there'll be dynamite along there eventually. Once we get more dynamite places, all of those can go in. Now, we've got one of these. We're going to end up with 4 here, I think. Let's see. Wood workshop is... There it is. There's 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to start with our explosives. Explosives. We're going to get 2, 3, and then we'll need a 4th one whenever we can actually get in there. It looks like we've already got enough to set up our cooling tower, so we're going to go ahead and put that on top here. And we're going to remove that and make a ladder up to it. There we go. Make sure that ladder is facing the right way. There we go. 2 of those in there. We're going to make the 2 ladders high priority because it cuts off a path without it. Something else I think we're going to need is probably another set of these golem builders here. Did I forget to put in... Oh, look at that. I forgot to put in a second ladder on top of this. We're definitely going to need that. There we go. And then up here, we're actually going to put more chargers. Let's put... Because I believe you can connect them through the floor for power. Let's do that, and we'll go this way. Put rails on those. I'm going to remove that, because I think we want to put some more golem factories up over here. So let's get rid of this. There we go. And we'll do science and Bart. I always say Bart. It is a Bart part factory. There we go. And we have assembler, and then we'll put... actually, we don't want to put one path in. We want this, this, and this. And then we can put in more of the chargers, which is under science. There we go. That should help things along. We got our explosives in here, so I think it's about time to take out some of this older infrastructure. Let's go ahead and demolish, well, at least this much right here. Yep. Now, let's see. This has to go through the rocks, so we'll check in when we have a little bit. Oh, actually, we do have some dynamite. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to suffer for just a minute. Let's actually take out all of this older infrastructure. Yep. We're going to put in dynamite here. That has to go. And we're going to set this to the highest possible so that those get done. And then we'll just run our power line all the way through to here. And hopefully that can get us through to the rest of our stuff over here. And with that removed, we can put in our last power shafts here. We put one of these right in the middle so that we can go ahead and put in our engine that's going to go here. In fact, let's just knock that down right there. There we go. We'll go ahead and put in to get rid of all of these. Oops, somehow I missed that one. So let's get rid of that. There we go. And that should get this all cleaned up. We'll, in fact, go ahead and extend this bridge out just a little bit more so we know we can get into all of that. There we go. 1 paper. And we better get something for that to sit on. There we go. Paper here. And that should connect us back in. Although there's still something under there that we're going to have to... I'm not sure 100% what that is. It's like a universal gear or something. I might have to change that out so I can put something on top of it so it looks better. Or I might just hide it with something. We'll figure that out when we get there. I've noticed our terraforming beaver bots are kind of lacking stuff to do. So I think we're going to go ahead and flatten this out just a little bit. And that's definitely going to take them a little while to get done. Put all that in there. And we'll just have them work out this way. We will add more later, probably. That road is definitely going to have to go, though. So all of this, there we go. I'm not even sure what that guy is doing, so we're going to get rid of him. Just the same as we're going to get rid of this road and fill that all back in with this. And that one. So we finally connected power down here. So I went ahead and knocked out this stuff since we're not going to need it. We're not going to need this either. Let's go ahead and set up our fourth, there we go, explosives factory, along with putting in that filler for the gap here. We won't need this road, so let's get rid of it. There you go. And then we're ready to do smelters, it looks like. Metal smelter. 1, 2, and we will work on the rest as we move over. I think at this point we're going to go ahead and drop in some more engines here. I think we can get 2 more in here. The roads to them. There we go. We'll put a road here, but I don't know if it will stay here. The real trick will be to go ahead and get in the power connections here before we run out of everything. Let's make those the highest priority so they connect back in, and there we go. That should get us 3 more. While we're waiting for all of our industrial stuff to set up, let's take a look and see if there's anything we can drop in here. In fact, what I want to do here is I'm going to straighten this river out just a little bit. There we go. And we'll put in our landscaping blocks here. That should make it just wide enough. There we go. They definitely won't get that in before we get all the blocks in, I don't think. Ooh, do I actually want to leave that block? Yeah, let's just remove that. It'll actually end up on the other side of the river, but that's okay. We're going to delete all that. There we go. Now here, we're going to get a little well-being. We're going to get a Lido. We're going to put 2 of them in here. Ooh, I might actually have to widen that out. Yep. That is not wide enough. I wanted to get 2 sets in there, and I don't think 2 sets will go. Let me double check here. Nope, I need to move it over 1. So let's move the whole thing over 1. And we can put this dynamite back. There we go. And we will delete these out of here. All of those can go. Yep. And you can go. Yep. And we will delete that and this. And put in a couple more dynamite. And then we'll put that one back when we're done. However, we'll get our Lidos in there. Lido. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Our paths for them here. Do that. This. And then we will put in a water dump. Right there to make sure that they always have water. And there we go. They're building this back on there. It should align itself with these Lidos pretty well. We're actually going to toss in maybe a couple more here. How about 1 there, 1 here. That looks good. And we'll see if we can get 1 in here. It doesn't really look like I'll be able to, but that's okay. Let's see. I would also like, let's grab a bridge. We haven't had a bridge yet. We'll do 2 across there, 2 across there. And we'll connect this in really nice here. And I think that will be just fine. In fact, let's get rid of these. We'll have to figure out a way to get over there, but maybe they can build a diagonal. We'll find out eventually here. I'm not too worried. We'll figure that all out when we need to. While we're working on some of this beautification stuff, let's go ahead and toss in a lantern here and there. Maybe that will make it look a little bit nicer. Put one here, put one there. I think that turned out pretty well. Let's put in maybe a bucket or two around here. Just for style. There we go. We'll put those in, and if we eventually need to change them out for showers, that's fine too, but we'll worry about that when we get there. While detailing, I noticed I had a bunch of extra science points, so I went through and unlocked everything for our well-being, and I think we're going to start with a nice temple right over here. And some of the other things like the carousel, mud bath, Ferris wheel, I think those will probably wait until we can get the power from our power district over here. We've got a couple of items in now, but the one building that we need more than anything else is this explosives factory. Not because we need more explosives, we do, but really because it attaches our two smelters here and lets us continue out to that. So I've set that as the highest construction site. I've set, well, now I've set both of our smelters up with bots as the highest importance, and then I also set up our mine to be fairly high important. We are still waiting on the metal blocks for this, but I think we're going to make a slight design change while we wait, and I'm going to put dynamite down here. Oops, not there. Doesn't make much sense to put it on the spaces that haven't been built just to blow them up again. So we're going to take that out. That was a misclick. There we go. And here, going to get rid of that. And now we're going to get rid of all of these as well. There we go. And then toss one more here. And we will make power connections all along here. In fact, I can probably put one more in here as well. We'll have to take this out to make a power connection, and then we'll put it right back. But that doesn't generally take too long. I decided that I was going to go ahead and take out my explosives factories here. What I didn't realize is those are connecting in most of the power for the rest of the map. So we're going to slap in some power lines here real quick, set those to the highest priority so we can get things going again. And then hopefully some of these recovered elements here, which I think we can set them to high priority as well. There we go. We'll set those to be cleaned up, and that as well can go toward building this last explosives factory, which then we can use to clean up this area more. They finally managed to get our last explosives factory in there, which is great. It means we can unpause these to get a couple more smelters up and running. And I noticed none of this has power right here, which seems a little strange to me because it should be connected into the geothermal power plant. However, the geothermal power plant is not on, so for some reason when it's paused, it doesn't pass power through like some of these other ones do, which is weird considering it produces power. So I think that's a good cue that we can go ahead and just take all of this area out of here. So let's get rid of all of that. Yep. Get rid of all of this. Yep. Here's a couple more we can get rid of. Get rid of all of these. This here. There we go. Remove these roads. There we go. And now we have cleanup. We can go ahead, put in a couple smelters, and the last 4-sized one is printing press. And we'll see if we can just fit in 4. 1, 2, 3. It fits perfectly. And yes, that was the plan all along. Of course, I meant for that to happen. Why wouldn't I have meant for that to happen somehow? I have no idea how that actually happened, but that's okay. That will all go in eventually, and we can keep on working. This, I think I'm going to cut off here, and we'll expand these gears out. Hopefully we get a lot more dynamite being made now that we have 4 separate factories for it. We did manage to finally re-clear out this one line down the side that we're going to use to transfer power underneath for all of them. So we're going to go ahead and take that out. We're going to put a dynamite right there, set it to the highest so that when that one's delivered, we will put in one of these power, there we go, universal power shafts, and it can transfer the power down below. There we go. Let's detonate you out of there, and we'll put in a universal here, and we'll put in a universal here. We'll connect them with this and set those to the highest so that we can put our nice lumber mill back in here. But we're going to switch directions again. We're going to put it right there. There we go. And we'll even put something over the top of them so that if we want to put a ladder up here to the other section, we can. Well, I think I'm going to leave the paper mills here. We're going to put in a couple of extra down here as well, just because I think we're definitely going to need more than 2 once we get those book assemblers in. So let's grab that, and we're going to put in the paper mill here. Let me? Maybe? Aren't you a universal joint? I thought so. All right, well, we'll do this. Let's see if it'll let me remake that there. That's a bit unusual. That goes there. Wood. And paper mill. Huh, strange. If I do, let's see, power. And something maybe like, I think that only goes one direction though. Yeah, I really want that universal there. Do I have to put something? That wouldn't make any sense. So I should be able to build it just right on top of that. Oh, duh. You have to have the whole base covered there, Eld. That helps. Okay, well, that happens. There we go. There's 1. Let's put in 8 of these too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now they can start work on these. We will make at least this part high importance so they can get some more paper in here, because they're going to run out of paper for explosives very quickly, and that wouldn't be a good thing. I went ahead and cleared out this corner here so that we can get some more gear factories in here. We seem to be running a bit low on those, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of those, and then we have a little room down here that I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do with this, but we will figure that out. Let's go ahead also and see if we can get in something to replace these Dutch windmills. Not that they're doing a bad job, but if I've got the power for them, I might as well put in grist mills so I know that they will run all the time. Now let's see, we need to put in the power underneath first. Here we go. We'll put that under there, under here, and here. There we go. Put our supports in there like we forgot to do last time. And let's put in the grist mills. We'll put in quite a few of these too. Can I do that the other way? Looks like I can. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll go ahead and put in the road to connect them up. There we go. Well, what I've noticed is I can turn on this geothermal turbine, and it does up my production quite a bit because the engines just are not keeping up. However, as you can see, it also decreases my water quite significantly, and I don't yet have the metal blocks to keep up with making water to put right back into this. So it's kind of a balancing act that we're going through. But as we get more and more beavers and bots, hopefully that evens itself out just a little bit. But for now, what we're going to do is grab a couple more engines here. We are going to put them 1, 2, and 3. We're going to set them for the lowest possible priority because it is not a big deal. We are going to put in some dynamite here, some dynamite here. In fact, we can go ahead and probably take out these two and get a couple more dynamite in here so that we can connect these in whenever they do finally get made. It looks like some of the water isn't transferring over through this, which is to be expected because this is a dirt wall instead of a wooden levee wall. So we are going to remove some of the pumpkins here, I think, because we always seem to have extra pumpkins. Let's get rid of those. And then we are going to put back in a irrigation tower. In fact, how much is the large irrigation tower? Maybe we'll just do this. Where can I put this that I don't have to worry about this area much anymore? Let's see. We could definitely make a reason to put a irrigation tower over here, but it really does make more sense if we put it down here somewhere. So let's take out these right here, and once those are out, we will put our, there we go, we will put our irrigation tower right there. Maybe we will put our irrigation tower right there. It is a very large irrigation tower. We are going to have to remove a couple more, and then we'll have to, you know what, let's just remove all of this area. We'll find a different place for pumpkins here in a minute. And let's put our water, there we go. We'll put pumpkins all around it. There we go. Plant the pumpkins back. Demolish. Nope, wrong one. We want you. Let's put the pumpkins in here. I don't know if they'll grow in that area because I think they need a little bit larger area to grow, but that's okay. This should keep everything very, very irrigated. It looks like 2 of our 3 most important resources, the logs and the water, are starting to get kind of on the low side. So we're going to take some steps to see if we can get some more stuff in here. The first thing I did was I went ahead and demolished this one pump here just so I could put like another deck out here and get in 4 pumps instead of just 1. So hopefully that helps with the water situation just a little bit. The other thing I did was we had a couple of lumberjack places here that I switched over to bots. So hopefully that gets going. And then you know what? We're actually going to make another water tank, and we'll put that right there, along with, we'll just make a road right there for it. Well, it looks like this time we really did get our industry in a nice pattern here. We can expand out with some more golems next time. I think we're also going to move the food from here up into this area here, and probably extend out some more water pumps, as well as working on making our reservoir even larger. But like I said, that's all for next time. So if you like this one, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to see some more. But just want to say thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.